Situation in Memphis is out of control. New head coach Tuomas Iisalo started using European coaching methods, and Ja Morant has immediately lost joy to play basketball. Who is wrong in this situation? The Grizzlies fans and the basketball community has split in two, so stay with me until the end of this video as I try to dissect this whole mess in detail.
You feel like you get the same joy right now that we used to see?
No.
After firing Taylor Jenkins with 4 games left in the regular season last year, it took 4 games this season for another fire to start in Memphis. Franchise's star Ja Morant publicly called out the head coach after a loss to the Lakers, criticizing his substitution patterns.
Well, it could have been done different to get a different outcome other than asking the coaching staff.
According to them, probably don't play me, honestly. That's what basically the message was after, so it's cool.
In my opinion, going about it in public is unprofessional, especially after the abysmal performance Ja Morant showed on the court that night. One can say he basically sabotaged the game against LA by not caring about it because he doesn't like Isalo's new system. Not liking what the coach is trying to implement can happen, but not trying because of that? Memphis hedge against Luka Doncic here, so Ja is the low man defensively, but LaRavia cuts across as soon as Morant turns his head. Yet the guard does not recognize this for about 3 seconds, and of course the ex-Grizzlies wing nails the free. Isalo's teams here in Europe have been known for playing ultra fast. 100% sprints all over the place was the new normal, and it was impossible to stop. And before this season, Iisalo even said that today's game should look slow in the 2030s. Yet, we are only 5 games in, and Ja Morant wants to play on his own terms and pace, walking here on this double pick, not creating anything and almost losing the ball on this careless pass. According to Cleaning the Glass, Memphis are almost 7 points per 100 possessions better with Ja Morant on the bench. But is it really shocking after seeing how slow he moves on the court? Just look at how other lineups push the tempo when Ja goes to rest. Way harder sprints, forcing the opponent's transition defense to work, and the creation of good quality looks. Even if this was a miss, I'm pretty sure Tuomas Iisalo will like this spot-up look. Furthermore, to express his unhappiness with the coach, Morant was mostly jogging and sitting in the corners through those 5-7 minute stretches on the court. Those early substitutions are the hottest topic in the NBA right now, but we'll talk about those only a bit later. Here, Aldama gets the rebound, starts to break, Morant jogs to the corner, and when Santi turns to him for a handoff or a short pass here, Ja is somewhere in his own world. He's not looking to the ball, to his teammates, so the Spaniard has to turn the other way. But if you are the Grizzlies, you want your star to be aggressive. You might think I'm nitpicking on Ja here, but this ignorance is visible since the LA game. Here on this inbound, Caldwell Pope wants to set a pick for Ja to go up and play the pick and roll. Yet he ignores it, walks to the corner, points for the others to do something. Now, if you are Memphis, do you want Morant playing the 2-man game or a 3-and-D player trying to pull the rabbit out of the hat? This lack of initiative or effort, call it whatever you want, was even more visible in the second half against the Lakers. And I was not the only one who noticed it, as Blake Griffin said this in the post-game.
I didn't love what I saw from Ja Morant tonight. Very bad sign, and it's something that it has to change.
Yes.
The Memphis Grizzlies will only go as far as Ja Morant takes them.
Now, with less than 5 minutes left in this game, LA is icing this Morant screen and roll. Since Landale pops, Lakers are forced to switch it. Instead of attacking Jackson Hayes, Morant passes to Landale, who is not open anymore because the pass is late, while Jack continues to stay in the corner, not trying to get the ball against the mismatch. Then he starts talking to the opponent while his teammates are trying to score. Cam Spencer tries to invent something and fails, while the franchise player is chit-chatting in the corner. 2 minutes later, another pick, another switch by LA. 5 seconds left on the shot clock, and instead of attacking Rui Hachimura, he throws the grenade to the rookie, who is left with no choice but to hoist this one up. Finally, to put the icing on the cake, let's look at this. Aldama posts up against Luka, and since he turns baseline, Wells makes a great cut to move the defense. The right spacing here would be Morant sliding to the corner, giving forward the best option to pass. Plus, his defender Hayes is ball watching, so this would be a wide open corner free, but he doesn't move because he does not feel the joy of playing basketball. Luckily, Aldama somehow now finds this difficult pass to Wells. Silent protest in this game against the new coach wasn't so silent afterwards.
From the outside, it didn't look like you had your usual energy tonight.
Go ask the coaching staff why.
You feel like you should play more?
Go ask the coaching staff. Should I play more or not?
Of course, after this, the point guard got suspended for 1 game and lost 6 figures of cash. And I know you don't want to lose cash while browsing the internet, so staying safe is extremely important. And there's no better way to do so than with NordVPN. It hides your relocation, encrypts your connection, and keeps your data safe when you are at home or in public Wi-Fi. If you like working from public places like coffee shops, and I'm a big fan of this, you must use NordVPN so nobody is going to steal your information and your data. Also, the app has a feature called Threat Protection Pro, which automatically blocks malicious websites, ads, and phishing attempts before they can do any harm to your computer. I also personally hate the pop-up banners that the internet is full of nowadays. They can lead to anywhere, so if you're not a user of NordVPN, you can be exposed to who knows what type of risk. You can also change your location with 1 click and explore the internet without any limitations. So good thing we have a special plan, a 2-year deal with 4 months free. Just simply go to nordvpn.com/OutsideTheNBA or simply look for the link in the description down below. Now, going back to Memphis, the problem is obvious here. Their stars do not like Iisalo's substitution patterns. Everybody is pointing out that Ja Morant is averaging the least minutes of his 7-year NBA career, but is it a big difference when it's really only a 2-minute drop from his career averages? Plus, when he's performing like this? Of course, the Grizzlies are not going anywhere without Morant and Jackson Jr. in their top shape. But these 2 guys must fully buy in and trust the new coach for at least a little bit longer. He's not a typical European coach who screams like crazy.
Fuck you, Shame on you!
He has his own methods that are based on science. Morant, Jackson Jr., and many Memphis fans don't agree with the revolution Iisalo is trying to start here. The Finnish coach's system is built on crazy high intensity, 100% sprints everywhere, and aggressive defense. Basically, you must run all the time when you are on the court. I am a European and I'm a huge believer that this could actually work because I saw Iisalo's teams dominating the old continent for 3 years straight with a style that was unstoppable and uncomfortable for everyone. We have made a couple of videos about it, so make sure to check out those after you finish watching this one, and make sure to subscribe to our channel if you're enjoying this content. There are a few things we must understand about Tuomas Iisalo. It took him more than 4 games and 1 month of preparation to make this happen in Europe. At the start, his ex-players were also questioning his methods. For example, phone use was prohibited during team dinners and even in practice facilities. Iisalo said that if you see your phone around, your mind immediately goes there, and I cannot agree more with him. But the leader of his former teams, TJ Shorts, thought that was a dumb-ass rule at the start, yet he admitted it was a huge factor of why they built such an amazing chemistry among the players. So, Morant is unhappy because Iisalo is subbing him in and out. For example, against LA, he played 7 minutes at the start, then 4.5 between the end of the first quarter and the start of the second, and 3.5 minutes to finish the second quarter. Then he had 3 5-6 minute stretches in the second half. I see many of you on Twitter just saying, oh, it's impossible to get into a rhythm, or that, hey, Tuomas Iisalo is subbing out Ja Morant after making 2 shots, and that is bullshit. But Iisalo's former teams had no problem in being super effective with this system. Their rotations were even crazier because of shorter quarters here in Europe. Again, the main guy, TJ Shorts, used to play 4 or 5 minutes max during one run. But during those stretches, everybody would go as hard as they could as they outran their opponents out of the building most of the nights. Now, I understand NBA is way different from Europe. You have superstar players and the gaps between them and the role players are way bigger than in Europe. You have NBA being the players league, yada yada. But my problem with Ja Morant is that he does not even give the new coach a real chance. It is obvious he's frustrated with this since the beginning of the new season. Memphis are losing not because of these rotations, but mainly because they have a lot of injuries to their important guys and because their leaders don't try to find joy in playing this way. Well, just last season Ja Morant was not happy with previous coach because he also tried some different things in offense. Taylor Jenkins, together with the offensive coordinator Noah LaRoche, installed a system where there was almost no pick and rolls. And Memphis were actually hard to stop initially. They were winning, but Morant wasn't happy with the style either, so the head coach got fired. So I'm sorry guys, but I'm seeing a pattern here. Ja Morant wants to play only his own way, and that is the heliocentric pick and roll offense that is built around him. Something that Luka Doncic has in LA or had previously in Dallas. But I don't think he's that good of a player, first of all, and second of all, what about being coachable? All-time greats, like I assume Morant would like to become, have always had that trait. Steph Curry just remembered a great example a week ago. He made a bad pass in the clutch of one game 2 years ago. Steve Kerr reacted to it in real time, but tried to apologize to Steph for that a day later. Yet Curry's response was, "Hell no, that was a terrible pass by me. You gotta coach me." And to me, it is obvious that Ja Morant is yet to understand this mentality that actually leads to winning championships. I agree 100% that it is a huge and radical change that Tuomas Iisalo is asking from them, but since it worked so well everywhere else, why not give it a try? I hope the Grizzlies can work it out internally, because if not, we might see the end of Ja Morant in Memphis, or the end of Tuomas Iisalo in Memphis. What are you guys thinking about all this? Can the system work in the NBA, or Ja Morant is right about all this? I'm really curious to hear your opinions in the comment section down below. Don't forget to press like on this video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.